What is up, y'all? It's V2 here. This video is about Tyler Creator's new song, but I believe this title of this video I'm going to be reacting to is about a new album, possibly. I know he just dropped a song called Mother, and I think it came at he dropped it at a time where it's kind of interesting, and I do like it. I think it was like a response in a way to all the critics that's been going on with like all his previous tweets. I have a video on that already, and I just listened to the song like right before making this video right now. I do like the song. Kind of wish it wasn't Chromacopia, but things happen for a reason. So for whatever reason, he dropped it now. But like I said, I think it's for the critics possibly. But the song's called Mother, and I noticed that in the first verse, or at least second verse, there's the point of view of what his mom would tell him about, how to move in life pretty much. I'm not going to go too deep because I just heard it just one time. And then I love the part when he says dad, about like what his dad told him, but his dad ain't tell him nothing. So he goes off how he's been living life without his pops, or what maybe how his pops is moving, or how he thought. And correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys have a different way of interpreting it. But I remember the last like part of the song is where he pretty much, I don't remember exactly everything, but I remember the last part of the song. He's like, "Look at me, nigga, I turned out fine. Look at me, nigga, I turned out fine." I think that part, it just fits perfect with everything that was going on about Tyler as of recently. And just off the fact that, yes, I said this. Yes, I said that. Of course, it's probably wrong. Some people probably not forgive me. Was it messed up? Sure, whatever. But, look at me, nigga, I turned out fine. So I'm going to get started with the video, though. But I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know if he added that afterwards, but I think it was a cool way to put both together, because not just only he turned out fine in terms of just, all the critics been hating on him for the tweet, but also just living with a single mother. Raised by a single mother. No pops around. He turned out fine. So let's get started though.
Now, when it comes to Tyler the Creator, well,
Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. Every time he says when it comes to, I always think of Drake, because, bro, during the Drake beef, oh my gosh, bro, with Kendrick, I swear he was making like 2-3 videos a day, and I felt like it was so repetitive, but somehow I kept watching it. But
you are finally ready to see how somebody in hip-hop has decided to drop new music. And well, with this, Tyler just dropped a new album with the deluxe version of his Chromakopia project. Oh. Well, leave a like and subscribe. And now, as Tyler the Creator is dropping this new version of his beloved 2024 album after a string of some controversy that he was in, but while Tyler is just ending, answering, and really moving on to something else that he feels is a lot more important with new music, which at the end of the day, in a rap game where it feels like everybody's doing everything but rapping, we have to just commend somebody for actually giving us something new to listen to. Really, make sure to leave a like for that.
Just peeped that right now. I'm just confused because I know Balloon already dropped. Like him already dropped. All I see is Mother as the new song. I don't know if I'm tripping. Wait, did he have Schoolboy Q before? This one might be new. I don't know now. Shit. I don't know.
And so now with Tyler the Creator, what we have now seen him do with the past 2 of his major blockbuster album releases is, well, after the initial round and wave of success, and after all of the love that the project has gotten, well, Tyler's perfectionist ability has just came back out again to give us what we can say now is the definitive and deluxe version of Chromacopia.
And I love how, again, he's not dropping on like Fridays as well.
Which is not just called Chromacopia Deluxe, but is actually called Chromacopia.
Oh, this is what I was talking about in my last video too. I'm sorry, I keep pausing it. This is what I meant when I was just like, why were people so surprised about like this Tyler thing? Because he literally shows so many versions of himself. So like, I thought that would make people maybe want to go back to the previous projects, but I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Now is the definitive and deluxe version of Chromakopia, which is not just called Chromakopia Deluxe, but is actually called Chromakopia Plus, which, you know, honestly, I like this name better than just the deluxe name, and especially for Tyler, as he's always just finding creative
Still
ways
says the
to
old release
redefine
date.
and expand his art. I don't know, there's not a lot going on in hip-hop right now, so this feels a lot more exciting than it probably is. But now, while compared to the last major deluxe that Tyler made with the Call Me If You Get Lost estate sale, while Tyler ended up giving us 8 but really 7 new tracks on that, what we are seeing with Chromakopia Plus is a little bit different, as Tyler has only given us...
I feel like it's just one extra song, bro. I'm looking at the old one and the new one, and it looks like it's just one extra song. And the Schoolboy's Q song I just forgot about. It is on the previous version.
Plus one new song here with the track Mother, which now, just to give some context with this, back when Tyler did that press run testing of Chromakopia, which was limited to 100,000 units the week the album dropped, that song was actually featured here, but there are a lot of guys who keep commenting around and trying to let everybody know that this track was already on that version of the record, but that's not really the case here because Tyler has added some new verses. And overall, instrumentally and from a production standpoint, he has really fleshed this thing out, as opposed to the original version we heard there, which, like a lot of the songs from that test pressing, and like also the Don't Tap the Glass test pressing, well, they were merely demos or just lesser worked versions of the songs we ended up getting on the record overall. And I mean, compared to the mixtape-like nature of Call Me If You Get Lost, with Tyler only adding one song here, it does make a lot of sense, as well. Call Me If You Get Lost was a project that was based on rapping for the pure fun and sport of it, and was a very confident album just in terms of creating records, where with Chromakopia, it's a lot more intentional, and every song really does fit into...
And the ones that try to compare both albums, like, just makes no sense to me. That's like comparing, like, GNX to Pimp a Butterfly. Like, you just don't do that.
To the track listing here, like it is a film or a really prestige television show. And so on that very note now, while sometimes...
And I'm saying, like, those two, like GNX and what was it? Don't Tap the Glass. To me, those are just flex albums. You know what I'm saying? Just flex on niggas.
Tyler fans are mad that the deluxe version doesn't have more songs and that Tyler didn't add much. I think as the artist he is, to make the improvements that he did to this record seemingly and create a definitive version for us to really stick with the record forever with, I'm not mad at an artist just creating great art and giving it to us, especially in this time in hip-hop where it really has been barren just in terms of stars doing pretty much anything. And you know, before we get into the track Mother and how...
This big is tough. This is definitely from the tour.
It kind of does echo a lot of things going on with Tyler right now, and what this song really does contribute and add to the album. I do want to note another change that Tyler has made to the record, which does happen to be its cover, which honestly, kind of like the Call Me If You Get Lost estate sale, Tyler has really made a valid alternative cover here, which honestly, I mean, I see a lot of people saying they like this better than the original one, and I can't really blame them, because while the original one is iconic in of itself, this new version just does have a different aura and energy to it from the live photo that it's taken from Tyler's Chromakopia tour, that I have to say is just pretty cool altogether. But now going to the music and looking at now the 15-song body of work, Tyler has added 5 whole minutes to this thing almost, and it comes in the form of this song Mother, which now in terms of the track listing, comes in at track 12 between Thought I Was and We Can't Say That Word.
I thought that was also interesting. He didn't put it at like the last song in the project. He just put it in between somewhere, so... very thought of.
It's going to be a big issue, which features Schoolboy Q and Santa Gold, which, quick side note now, as Playboy Carti had a verse on the test pressing of the Chromakopia vinyl, but it wasn't actually on the album, and apparently it was not cleared and Carti didn't want his verse here. Well, with Carti not giving the clearance for this version, once again, we are left questioning if Tyler the Creator and Playboy Carti really do have beef, which was speculated on back when the Clips album Let God Sort 'Em Out dropped, and there the track POV As with Tyler making that bar about features threatening to sue, well, the rumors came out that it was Playboi Carti who actually tried to sue Tyler off putting that verse that he did not want to get released on that test pressing of Chromakopia. So that's just interesting, and
Really? I
it
did
is
not know
showing
that
that, at
at
least
all.
from what we know, well, now while some people thought that maybe the Playboi Carti issue was actually an issue with Frank Ocean, well, now it kind of looks like Tyler and Carti are really beefing, and maybe he's even doubling down on that, really just by putting out this entire album the way he did in Untouched. Well, overall, with that detail now within the track list, as that song is now track 11, and then Mother is 12, and then 13 becomes Like Him. What I will say is that as a perfectionist and as somebody who is trying to make the best version of this album that they could to really just stand the test of time, well, Tyler did improve on the record and really did create a special moment that does just enhance the story and honestly takes away one of the slight criticisms that you could have with the body of work, which does happen to be that within this second half of the album, which really does push Tyler both as a vulnerable storyteller and just in terms of the emotional weight that this entire thing carries, well, always going from the braggadocious and almost response to all of the cancel rumors and stuff that Tyler has been getting for so long in Thought Eye, well, the transition from that to Like Him always did seem a little odd in terms of how hyped up and intense one track is in
Like Him is such a beautiful song.
the best way, and then how mellow and really emotionally testing Like Him was. And now that problem is fixed, because with this song Mother, which really does serve as a prelude to Like Him, and welcomes us to really understand that track better, as it really is a song that focuses on Tyler the Creator's past, his upbringing, and well, it says it in the title, his mother. We understand the whole dynamic of both Tyler's parents here, Tyler's mother protecting him, who is both on the intro and the outro of the track, which then also makes Balloon with Doechii an even greater track just in terms of the curation of the album, because you just feel the emotional weight lifted off Tyler, which is why the song is called Balloon, if you didn't know, feels so much more visceral. And so now with this new track, Mother, I do have to say it's a pretty great song that I think adds a layer that contextualizes Chromakopia and who Tyler the Creator really is on a very personal and raw level, within a way that almost serving as a character song nothing else on this record really does. And while I'm sure Tyler was planning to put out this song already, I do wonder if the recent controversy he was just in made him maybe consider putting out this very track within
I think it did.
in this very moment, because honestly, based on the conversations that were being had and everything that happened around the Tyler and D'Angelo situation,
And I think it's a cool response, no bullshit.
a lot of this song feels very topical to the events that we were just seeing all go down over the past few weeks. And so now with this track, which is one of the best sounding songs on the entire record and maybe the best produced and arranged as a whole, when you hear this thing, you almost wonder how it was never on Chromakopia in the first place.
Facts.
Because just with the opening leg and the intro that Tyler welcomes us with here, from the atmosphere
Things
of the
happen for a
sonics on this
reason.
track, which just puts you into another dimension, to Tyler just opening up personally here within a way where, again, he is really filling in the lines that are making us understand his emotions more. Honestly, as I'm listening to a track like this, it almost feels like a version of Kendrick Lamar's track from Mr. Morale Worldwide Steppers. And what I mean by that connection is that without it, and the more I'm thinking about Chromakopia without this record, it's just a big flaw, because you really don't understand why this album is being framed the way it is as a whole without it, looking at it in retrospect. And so now after the intro and the beat really sets in, and there are these Yeezus-like drums over an Igor-like atmosphere and instrumental, which kind of reminds me of New Magic Wand a little, Tyler delivers a verse where he is telling us how he grew up, and specifically within this, the advice that his mother gave him to just navigate coming up, and as he describes, staying on the right path and making the right choices. And so with this, and Tyler then talking about his identity and fitting in, which honestly, I think you really need to explore the lyrics and listen to the song for yourself to really put into its proper context, because
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely try to listen to this multiple times. Like I said, I only came off one listen, and I just gave y'all what I thought from one listen.
There's only so much I could say. Well, from that in the first verse to then Tyler talking about what his father told him, which as we see in the first line, and this really does sum up what goes down here. Well, his father told him nothing. we do get a really powerful performance from Tyler, where again we just get to learn about him on a level that we haven't fully understand. And so, with that, and then the third verse, which kind of brings things together and acknowledges that despite whatever faults and things you could say about Tyler and who he is, well, Tyler just tells us how much he loves his mother and how much she really defined who he is in the best way, with honestly some beautiful lines like, I was raised in a house full of love, I was raised on that type of time. And then, Tyler puts his signature wit onto the rest of it and says it within a way that is so unapologetically him. Well, overall, I think this track is not just great, but it really is the best thing that Tyler could have put out, not just to expand on Chromakopia and really complete it in a way that I think really does put it in the conversation for his best album more than ever, but I think this track also just stands as a sentiment to how Tyler is feeling and how he is trying to define himself right now after everything that is going on and just moving forward in general. And so listen now, as we are sitting here on the anniversary of Chromakopia, and Tyler has given us a new version of the record, and he is once again
I don't like I keep saying new version of the record. It's just one added song, my nigga, bro. Whatever.
Continuing this run that he has been on, which despite whatever
Got me
else you
looking
want
for
to
a whole
say,
album.
you can't deny that Tyler has been working and trying to just level up in every way possible. Well, no matter what you want to say about Tyler, as he has managed to make Chromakopia an even better album with this new song and really just perfected the record as a whole, well, as we are sitting here on the year anniversary of one of the most exciting rap releases we have seen in this entire decade.
Was it the
What
year
I'll ask you
anniversary?
guys, and then I'm gonna go for now. Well, it's just a simple question.
Oh, yeah,
Is
wow.
Chromakopia a classic? Because
Day
honestly,
before.
I think it is. And so yeah, that's all I got today. Let me know your thoughts on Tyler dropping this little new album, the new song as a whole, and what he has done to change the record and just enhance its presentation
Maybe
altogether.
Dale, I don't know.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say about all of this, and if you made it to this point in the video, you probably know what to do. Leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out a ton, and I can't thank you enough.
All right, guys. That's pretty much the end of it. Appreciate y'all watching. Let me know your thoughts on this below. And yeah, to the next video, man. I am at work right now, and I gotta go outside.